Fresh from the showcase here at SwissWatchExpo, today we've got two beautiful rose gold pieces from none other than IWC, so let's check them out. One of the most popular, probably the most elegant model in the IWC line is probably the Portofino, which is another continuation of their pocket watch for the wrist sort of dress pieces that started with the Portuguese, but they actually sort of made it a bit more dressy, a bit more classy with the Portofino. And while both models are still in production, still incredibly popular, they do occupy a very similar space. But I do think the Portofino, with its higher price tag, is definitely a bit more elegant, and they do fit some really fascinating complications into them. So we have two hot new arrivals here, one a bit more simple and elegant, another a bit more complicated, but both incredible dress pieces, especially if you like a larger one in rose gold, which is something IWC does so incredibly well. They've made the Portofino ever since the early 80s, so as far for a brand as storied and traditional as IWC, it's a relatively young model, but it's crazy how elegant and timeless that this watch looks for something that really was introduced in the 80s when a lot of watches were getting really sporty, really sort of contemporary looking. IWC definitely looked more to the past with something like this, and this is a great example of it. At 43.5 millimeters, this is a very large case for a dress piece. So if you're looking for a really elegant formal piece and you're a larger guy and the smaller dress watches just can't do it for you, this is a great example if you want something really classic, really dressy and formal. Or if you don't have a massive wrist, this is something that could be a bit more versatile as well, which is one thing I really love about these models. This is really going to be the most simple of it. There is not even a second hand on this dial. It is a beautiful sort of sanded silver finish with rose gold markers, which again, simple color. This matches the case here. You just get Roman numerals at 6 and 12, and then you get stick markers everywhere else. Not even a full track, minute track around the outside. It just has the hash for the individual minutes. So this is a very minimalist watch. I think it is very classy, very timeless. Regardless of what year this particular watch was made, this looks like something they could have kept the same from the 80s up through today. Great simple color here again, and I love the shape of the hands here too. Kind of unique. I'm not really sure. More leaf-shaped hands that are a bit fatter at the bottom, very thin near the edge. So I do think that that makes it very elegant here. This is a beautiful looking alligator Santorini strap that we have on it. And of course, one thing, I don't know if it's specific to all of them, but I do love the bright orange underside here of the leather strap. One thing that does a couple of things about the Portofino that set it apart from the Portuguese. One, traditionally this will come with a hand-wound manual wind movement. Not that they never made automatic Portofinos, but the vast majority of them throughout their history are going to be this exhibition case back, very bridge-heavy caliber here for a manual wind movement. And another thing that'll set it apart from the Portuguese is going to be the straight lugs, of course, as well as almost all of them will have a completely polished finish on the case, whereas, of course, the Portuguese tends to be more brushed, at least around the outer edge of the case. That's another thing that I think makes this watch a bit more elegant than its larger pocket watch for the wrist counterpart, and I think a fantastic dress piece, again, especially if you like oversized watches. If you do want a bit more of a hot horology piece and something that's a bit larger still, we do have this incredible 45 millimeter case here. Again, same color dial, or almost the same color dial as far as I can see, but this is a bit more complicated with a bit more bells and whistles, if you were. We do have an offset second hand here at 2 o'clock. One of my favorite date windows, a big old double date window up here at 12. I do love an oversized one here. The IWC logo has been moved to 3 o'clock, and of course this is another manual winding movement, but this one has an incredible 8-day power reserve and a power reserve indicator here at 9. Now, of course, with all these added complications, this is a really beefy dress watch. I really noticed that the second I put this in my hand. So 45 millimeters across and significantly thicker as well. But with those extra complications, that can be expected. The hand shape's exactly the same. They did keep the Roman 12 up at the top in the exact same font. So this is still not just with the case shape, still distinctively a Portofino in a lot of ways, just in the dial itself. And of course, straight lug, high polish edge for the people who really want the IWC tradition here, or if you just want a big complicated dress watch that's going to cost a heck of a lot less than something that Audemars or Patek may be coming out with. This is a great example here too. And again, another manual winding caliber here with a big exhibition case back on the back. There is a ton of surface area for you to look at the bridge of this movement because again, this is a big watch with a lot contained in this case here. So if you are into dressy pieces or thinking maybe your collection is mostly sport pieces and you want something a little more elegant without getting something really dainty or almost unisex looking, there's really no one who specializes in that specific kind of watch the same way that IWC does. And the Portofino is a great way to get into it or a great way to expand your collection for a larger dress piece as well. But of course, we've got a ton of videos about sport watches too, if that's more your taste. So like and subscribe to our channel if you haven't yet. And of course, give us a call. Check out the new arrival page on our website because new stuff's getting added every single day at SwissWatchExpo.com.